The train station was buzzing with the kind of energy that only comes with early mornings and promises of new beginnings. Amelia sat on the wooden bench, fingers nervously tapping against her suitcase handle, eyes darting to the giant clock above the platform. Today was supposed to be everything she had dreamed of. Her fiancé was arriving, and together they'd start their new life in the city. She smoothed down her dress, glancing at her reflection in the glass pane. But with every minute that ticked by, hope slipped further away. Her fiancé wasn't there. The announcement of arriving trains filled the air, and couples reunited all around her, warm embraces, laughter, happy tears. Amelia sat frozen, the weight of disappointment crushing her chest. Then, as she lowered her gaze, she saw a familiar face stepping off the train. Tall, slightly disheveled but carrying himself with quiet determination, he had a little boy by his side who clung to his hand. Amelia blinked twice. It was Daniel. The single dad she had once helped on a rainy evening when his car had broken down. She remembered pulling over, handing him her umbrella while she waited in the downpour. He'd been grateful, but she hadn't thought much of it since. Yet here he was, standing in front of her like fate had taken a turn. "Amelia?" His voice carried a mix of surprise and relief. She forced a small smile, swallowing her emotions. "Daniel, I didn't expect to see you here." He motioned to the boy beside him. "We're moving here. Needed a fresh start. And then I saw you, just sitting there like the world had dropped on your shoulders." Her eyes stung, but she shook her head. "I was supposed to meet someone. He never showed." Daniel studied her for a moment, not prying but not blind either. He crouched to tie his son's shoe, giving Amelia a second to breathe. Then he straightened and said softly, "Sometimes people don't show up because they're not meant to. And sometimes the right people do. When you least expect them." His words lingered like a balm over her raw heart. The little boy tugged Amelia's sleeve. "Are you sad?" he asked innocently. Amelia crouched to his level, forcing a smile. "A little. But it helps when someone asks." The boy grinned, then placed his toy car in her hand as if it were a gift. "Then you won't be sad anymore." Her throat tightened as she stared at the small gesture of kindness. She looked at Daniel, who gave a half shrug, half smile, as though to say that's just him. The train that was supposed to carry Amelia into her new future pulled away, empty of the man she thought she loved. Yet standing there with Daniel and his son, she felt something she hadn't in a long time, belonging. "Come with us," Daniel said suddenly, almost surprising himself. "We're just going to grab breakfast before heading to the new apartment. You shouldn't be alone right now." She hesitated, clutching the toy car in her hand. Her heart was still aching, but somehow, the invitation felt less like pity and more like possibility. "Breakfast sounds nice," she whispered. And so, they walked out of the station together, the single dad, his son, and the woman who had shown kindness when he needed it most. None of them knew where the road ahead would lead, but in that moment they had each other. And that was enough.